Hello and welcome. My name is Erica. I am in Victoria, British Columbia. I'm a Canadian Stampin' Up! Demonstrator with From Me to You Paper Crafts. My website location is ericaedney.com. And welcome. I'm so glad you've joined me this morning. Typically I do this on a Monday morning. I call it Mojo Monday or Mojo Monday. And I do it just to get your creative juices going for the week. Get you started with a project that you can think about, show you some new things, do fun folds, do boxes, whatever I think of, whatever inspires me to do. And then hopefully it gets you going with some crafting inspiration for the week. So I'm just getting set up here. I am live on Facebook. I've got my camera so I can see me, so I can see you. And then I'm refreshing my page to get onto my desktop so that I can see any comments that come through. So we'll get started in a second. We'll give people a few minutes. I'm sorry, I apologize that I was a little bit late this morning. I'm just getting my page to refresh here. I see that there's 3 people watching and Barbara is here. Yes, I'm here. I'm so sorry. I had some technical difficulties this morning. I'm still encountering some difficulties. I'm hoping not. Here we go. Okay, and Carol is here. Golf canceled. Yeah, there's probably, or maybe still snow on your golf course down there. And it's really cold here. And we had some massive winds last night. They've kind of died down now. But, yeah. So this morning I have this real blush going on. And I think it was because I got a little stressed out. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do this morning. I got some new products in the other day, but I haven't put the labels on the stamps yet. And you don't need to watch me put labels on. So, yeah, I wasn't sure what to do. So I'm going to do a card layout this morning. I didn't post it. If you want to get a pen and paper, you can write down the measurements. I will also include them in the description once the video is done. And so basically what you need is pick out some pattern paper that you like. We're going to use preferably one that has some nice 2 sides. So I'm going to actually use our new tulip papers. They are called Flowering Fields Designer Series paper because tulips will be out shortly. And I decided to feature 2 of our stamp sets that are just greetings. I think it's good to have a couple of good basic greeting stamp sets. And I want to show you how you can just use designer series paper on a card, a greeting, and any number of label style punches. So we have several punches. We've got this everyday label punch. I'll show you here. We have our tailored tag punch. This has been an extremely popular punch because you can also cut this out and create, excuse me, create patterns on your page. You can cut this out of DSP and create a pattern on your card. Then we've got, this was a nice big one. This is called Label Me Lovely. This is a great big punch, kind of like almost, you know, instead of using a circle, we use circles a lot. So instead of using a circle, you could use the Label Me Lovely punch. And then we also have what's called the Essential Tag Punch, which I love. You just need to put a little hole in there and you can use it as a tag on a package. Okay. And so I've pulled out Best Year. This is a really good stamp set for different greetings. It has birthdays, thank yous, Happy Father's Day, which is coming up. There's even a warm wishes for Happy Christmas on here. I love this Wishing You Your Best Year Yet, which is fantastic for birthdays. So there's inside, outside greetings on this one. Okay, I'll turn the camera so you can see it more closely. And then we've also got this Biggest Wish stamp set, which is a lot of fun. You can make the birthday greeting or hello or thanks as the focal point of your card. Okay, so this is a really good one, stamp set as well. Okay, so I'm just finishing my coffee here. So I think I got hot and a little bit bothered because I was running around thinking what was I going to do. And then after I picked out this paper, there are so many colors. This is the pattern I'm going to be doing today. There's so many different colors in here. So I thought, oh my gosh, what card base am I going to use? So I decided to use the Evening Evergreen. Look how great those two things go together. And then I want another layering cardstock, and I'm going to use this Bright Mango Melody. Okay, so for this card layout, you need a card base, and then you need a coordinating cardstock to do some layering. Okay, so 2 different colored cardstocks, and then your DSP, preferably with a pattern on the back that will kind of coordinate. Okay, so I haven't cut anything yet, so let's turn the camera down and let's get started. Okay, so turn my camera down. So let me set aside these label punches out of the way so I can make some room. So let's get some light on the subject. How is everyone? Did you enjoy your weekend? It was not very nice weather. Yes, I was going to use this color, but I'm not. So I found this. There is a lady, she's just fantastic, out of the United States. And her website is called Simply Simple Stamping. And she does some amazing stuff. She's been a demonstrator for years and years and years. And I found this layout, which is kind of fun. So here it's, you know, featuring your greetings with different kinds of punches. So we even have some ornate punches that you could use, or ornate dies, I should say. So it's just showing you, you know, your card base, a white layer, or you could use very vanilla. It depends on what the other color is in your paper, and then you've got these 2 basic panels. So really, really simple. So you could make hundreds of cards with this. So simple. So we're going to do that today. I love getting inspiration from other demonstrators when my brain feels a little fried. Okay. So let me get this camera oriented right. Let's see if that works. How come we're all crooked here? So will any of you craft along with me this morning? All right, so I'm going to start with cutting my card base. So I'm going to cut this in half at 5.5. So you're going to start with a regular card base. And I'm going to score this at 4.25. So there's my card base. All right, now we've got quite a bit of measurements here. So we need a 4 by 5.25 inch piece of white. So that is going on the front of the card. Okay, and then we're going to build our other layers on top of that. Okay. So our next layer is, so we're going to cut our designer series paper now. Okay. So you want to watch your orientation. So the first one is, they are both 2 inches in width. So I'm going to cut this down, and they're vertical. So I'm going to cut this down to 2 inches. Why is this not straight in my cutter? That's because my coffee's in the way. 2 inches. There we go. 2 inches. Is the width. Okay, and we need 2 pieces. So we need 2 by 3 3/4. So 3 3/4. And 2 by 4 3/4. Okay, and then you have a little bit left over, okay, that you could incorporate somewhere else. So these are your DSP pieces. So one of them, the smaller one, is, I think, the one that's in the front. So you could flip this one over and make this the back piece. So that's basically what you're doing, is you're taking one with the main focal DSP and then the background, like that. Okay, so now we have to make mats for this. Okay, so this was 2 by 3 3/4. 2 by 3 3/4. And this one is 2 and 4 3/4. Okay, so now we're going to make mats. So I've chosen to use this Mango Melody. Look how gorgeous this color is. All right, so these cardstocks are now, because these were 2 inches, these are going to be 2 1/4 inches wide. So I'm going to cut this to 2 and, now rather than waste that whole sheet, my longest strip is at 5. So I'm just going to cut this down to 5. Okay, and then I need 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/4 by 4. Two and a quarter by 4. So this is for the shorter piece. 2 1/4 by 4. And then I need 2 1/4 by 5. So this is my longer piece. So that's it. 2 1/4 by 5. Yeah, 2 1/4 by 5 for this piece. Okay, so those are your layering pieces. Okay. So we're going to take our card base, and I'm going to give this a bit of a burnish. I'm sorry, my mat is still crooked. There we go. I need to tape it down because it keeps moving on me. All right, so we're going to take this, and then we're going to put this on top. Now, if you wanted to incorporate some ribbon in here, you could. You could even wrap some ribbon, you know, around one of these. Okay. So that would be kind of cool. Let's see how that works out. Okay, so let's glue on, let me think. Let's get my layering in order here. Let's glue this one on the longer one. So let me grab my tape runner. So let's do this one. Now this has got a nice wide border. All right, so put that on there. This is really pretty paper in that it's kind of like blended, so it's darker at the bottom. It goes lighter as it moves up the top. It's kind of cool. And then let's do this one. It's so nice to have a collection of card layouts. So when you're struggling to make a card real quick, you can just pull out a layout. Okay, so this is going to go on here like this. And then this is going to go on here like this. Okay, so that's how that works. Can you see that? All right, so let's decide on our greeting and what we're going to do for punching. Now, I'm going to show you how you can, so the examples here either used, our circle dies, which also have the scalloped around it. And we've got some ornate ones. So first of all, let's decide. Sometimes the greeting is what you want to choose first. So I might just want to do a... I've got some birthdays coming up. So let's see, what have I got for birthdays in here? Happy birthday to you. And then inside I could put wishing you your best year yet. Yeah, let's do that. Happy birthday to you. So how wide is this happy birthday? And we're going to use this on the inside. And happy birthday to you on the outside. Okay, so more than likely this will fit. Okay, let's mount these up on blocks. So happy birthday to you. Oh, you know what I don't have here is I don't have my inks. And wishing you your best year yet. Okay, so I might want to do this in the dark green color. And I might use the dark green as well. I think I brought some scrap out here, yeah. I'll use this dark green for the label. I'm going to show you how to make a background. So let me grab some plain white. Here's enough in here. So let's see. I think this will work. Now I like to stamp first. Oh, you know what? I'll just use black since it's here and I don't have to run away. It's nice to use coordinating inks though too. Barbara, you're going to start Easter cards today. Yes, that's a good idea. Happy birthday to you. Now another tip is before you punch this out, what you could do is take a stamp And you could stamp either some little leaves, or this is the tulip paper, so I could stamp some tulips on here just to give a bit of a pattern around the greeting, or you could leave it plain. I often like to, you know, put some more patterns on there. Okay, now if you want to make a background to this to frame the label, you take your coordinating color. You're going to cut another one, punch out another one of these. Okay. Now you can do one of two things. You could frame it at the top and the bottom, or left and right. Because it's got this really interesting side here, I'm going to do left and right. So what you do is you just basically, you cut this in half. So I'm going to just cut this in half. Okay, and then I'm going to glue, I'm going to use Tombow glue, and I'm going to glue this to the edge. Okay, so I'm just going to put some Tombow glue on here. And the great thing about Tombow is that you can slide it on there. Okay, so there's an edge, and then I'm going to do the same thing, and I like to just turn it around. I like to work in the same direction. I think it's because I'm right-handed. Now it's very narrow. And then glue that onto that. So you see, it's framed. Isn't that cute? It just kind of makes it pop a little bit. Okay. So the only other thing I want to decide is whether I want to wrap a bit of ribbon. You could now bring in some rhinestones or some jewels of some kind. I'm going back to my absolute favorite ones. I keep bringing these out. I'm sorry if you guys say, oh, Erica, bring up something different. But I just love these because they've got great colors in them. See, look how pretty these are. So I might just use these. Although we've got these beautiful, these ones came out with the Eden's Garden. The DSP isn't available anymore, but the stamp set and I think the rhinestones might be available still. I'm not sure. What I love about these is that there's green in there, and then they sparkle a little bit of orange or red in there. Those are really pretty too. These are really pretty. So I'm not quite sure what to use now. How about you guys? Got any suggestions? Okay. So let's just, you think about that, and then let's just get this glued on. And the other thing I could think about is some ribbon. The other thing you can think about is we could emboss this back piece too, right? You could emboss this with like a subtle folder as well. Is another suggestion. So when you're trying to make a quick card, you can just stop at any time before you start adding any more stuff on it. But if you've got time, then you can start embellishing a little bit more. And positioning these, let's see. Yeah, I think they look nice in the center. So I could add a bit of ribbon to this one. You could add ribbon to, oh, you could add ribbon to this one too. Or just leave it. Okay, so ribbon choices are, I've got this beautiful okay, where'd it go? Got this. This might be a bit heavy for a spring card. It's a woven ribbon. Okay, so I could do that, woven ribbon. You guys see that? You can let me know. And then I've also got this ribbon. And you could see through it to the back. So I kind of like that color. I think the pale papaya would be too light. So what do you think of putting ribbon on here? I kind of like the darker one. In the meantime, I will put this up on dimensionals. Let's use up the last of my sheet here. Light ribbon and yellow sequins. Light ribbon. Okay, light ribbon. 2 of you said light ribbon. And the ribbon looks good on it, doesn't it? Thanks. Thank you, ladies. Okay, so we're going to go with the light ribbon. So before I glue this down, so what I do is I just put a little bit of tape on here just to secure the ribbon. And let's wrap that. Around and snip it off. Okay, so there's your ribbon. So now we're going to glue this on. Now, I usually will secure this with a bit of, you know, I just use Scotch tape, but it's not at my desk. So I'm just going to use a bit of tear and tape on here, just to make sure that ribbon doesn't move. So I can just use tear and tape on this whole thing here. I'll put another piece up here. Okay. And then I can just finish, put a bit more glue on here. Looks messy on the back. Nobody's going to see it. Bring out my Take Your Pick tool. So I drag this. I don't worry with the ends. I just drag it under, and it just makes it so much easier to get off if you just rub it. Look at that. Easy peasy. Okay, so this is going to go on the card here. Okay. Then we're going to put this one on. Don't put the tulips upside down. Let's make sure it's lined up nicely on the side here. Okay. There's your tulips. I kind of like to cover the ribbon just a tiny bit, I think, on this. Yeah. And the yellow sequins. Okay. So let's put this right here. Wow, it's coming together, ladies. Yeah, these are so pretty. They come in different sizes. This is the rich raspberry color. So there's two kind of, the colors are Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Mango Melody, and I'm using Mango Melody. This must be the Mango Melody here. But I have another pack in here. I want some small ones. Here's some smaller Mango Melody. Okay, let's do some of these. So often, you know, you can put them, you know, anywhere you want, really. But often I like just 3 little ones, you know, sort of like to highlight the greeting. Or you could put them down here on the right-hand side. Or you could just scatter them wherever you want. So, I might do one right here. And I might do one right here. And then I might do one right here. And there you go. There's your card. I think that turned out great and so simple. I mean, this is a great way to use up some of your scrap pieces. I mean, I cut a brand new sheet because I haven't used this paper very much, but oh my goodness, you can just grab your scraps and cut these down. But look how pretty that card is. This would be nice if it was embossed. Another idea is you could even have embossed this back panel. You know, just glue it together and then run it through an embossing folder. You could emboss the label too. I mean, so many things you can do to add extra texture. Just depends how much time you have and if you need to get this card out fast. Okay, ladies, again, I apologize for coming late. You could Wink of Stella some tulips too. Of course you could. You could add some Wink of Stella on here. I might even do the white. You could do the white ones on this particular one. Yeah, so many things you can do. That's the fun thing about crafting, isn't it? The options are endless. Options are endless. Okay, so that's it for today. As I said, I'll put up the measurements up in the description. And yeah. So you know where to find all of these videos, right? After you've watched them, if you want to see them again or share them, they're in the media section on the From Me to You Paper Crafts. You can find all of my videos there. If you make one, I'd love to see your cards. You can post it as a comment back to the feed. Yeah, the Tulip DSP is stunning. Yeah, I need to play. I've already made a few of the little tulips here because it's a builder. You add extra pieces in here to create these beautiful tulips. Look at the texture, and they're embossed as well. When you cut them out, they're embossed as well. So I'm going to be playing with more tulip cards. Yeah. Okay, thank you, and hopefully we will see you Thursday night for Case the Caddy. I haven't picked out the project yet, but I'm sure it will be spectacular, as they all are in the catalogs. So thank you, ladies. Go and enjoy a productive week. Crafting, walking, eating, sleeping, working, exercising, golfing, swimming, reading, whatever it is you love to do. See you Thursday night.